music. He's like love, 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 and music. La la la, love, 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 and music. Love,
love. Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I am Jay Lee. This is Jay Lee's Corner, and this is my review for Young and Pregnant Season 1. Why do I say Season 1, Episode 17? I don't think it's Episode 17, but we're going to ignore that. I don't know why I wrote that down, but whatever. And I don't feel like getting remote control to figure it out. But it's the episode that came on tonight. It is currently 2 a.m. Okay. That's why I got on a pajama shirt. As y'all know, my favorite little night shirt. Ignore my robe in the back. Y'all lucky I didn't wear it, because I'm going to probably start wearing my robe for my reviews, because I do them so late at night. The lipstick for tonight is Fenty Beauty, and the color is called Clap Back. I've had this one for a while. I really, really do love it. It was my first dark color. So it's my first dark color, and I really, really, really like it. I'm gonna get some more Fenty Beauties. I just gotta get some more colors. So yeah, and I got it from the Fenty Beauty website. So yeah. Somebody's commenting, because if y'all don't follow me on Instagram, you know, my Instagram is in the description box below. I post a lot of behind the scenes things. Like, I post how I put my hair up, how I put my lipstick on. I'm starting to do a little bit more of that on my Instagram, because I usually, to get me in the mood at 2 a.m. to reviews, I play music, and I can't put that on YouTube, because, you know, you can't put music that is licensed by somebody else on YouTube. So if you're not doing it already, go ahead and follow me on Instagram. That's where you can see more other stuff, because someone else had asked me about seeing how I get my hair up in a bun, and I was like, oh, I'll post it one day. So yeah, that kind of stuff is all on my Instagram, which is JAY_Lee's _corner. So yeah, but it's in the description box below. So yeah, go ahead and do that. Anywho, this episode of Young and Pregnant is a really good show. At first I was kind of like, oh, why are they doing another teen pregnant show? But it's young, so they're all, most of them are teenagers. I think there's only one who is like 20 or whatever. But I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna like it. It's gonna be dumb. I know they had that one teen mom from like London or the UK. I did not watch that one. I could not get over the accents, because I kept laughing at them. I think the accents are so cute and funny. But I do like this series. I really, really do. We see it starting off with Kayla. Yes, it's my mug. It will be available for purchase for my 1-year anniversary, which will be April 12th. So I hope you guys will get a mug. As I say, sip some tea with Jay Lee. So Kayla and Stefan is a cheater, and I still don't understand why Kayla is even putting up with his shenanigans and even entertaining him in any kind of way, because he's shown her who he is, and her ass just don't be believing him. And she's really under this impression that he's gonna come help them with the baby shower. It's baby shower day. He was supposed to come help set up and stuff, but his ass is MIA. And, she do call him like maybe 2 hours before the shower, and he finally answers. And she's like, where are you? You were supposed to come help us, set up things for the shower. I have to do this, I have to do that. You're not here. And he basically cussed her ass out. And I'm looking like, what you so mad for, honey? Why you mad at her? You knew the baby shower was coming, so what you mad for? He's like, don't call me with that bullshit. Basically tells her to shut the fuck up, and then calls her dude. I mean, for me, I'm like, I wouldn't care if he's there or not. Like, my thing is, if I call you to be here and you don't come, okay, I'm not gonna wait and make you ruin my day. And she kind of was allowing him to ruin her day just because he's an asshole. Now she's mad and she's upset, so she does hang up on him. And I like what her mom said to her, you don't need him, just let it go. Meaning right now you're trying to hold on to something that you don't need him right now. So girl, calm down. So I also need to pick up my polish, because somebody asked me about what color my polish was. I need to pull it up later. It just popped my head. I'm sorry. So, we do see, the shower kind of still going. We then see Stefan's aunt shows up, and her mom and Kayla tried to say, oh, Stefan should be here shortly. He's just not here yet. He should be here. And I like what the aunt said. I don't care about that. I'm here for you and the baby. And I feel like sometimes when your family member is wrong and they not going to get right and they going to always be the irresponsible one, just kind of make other people feel at ease. Like, if you were like, well, he ain't here, you don't want it to be as if they feel like, well, you only there for him. It's like, no, we here for him, but we really here for the baby, because the baby is the whole point of this situation. And I like how she did that. So we do see that he do show up. It was awkward when he showed up. We see they had, take pictures together, whatever. And then she was like, well, I think someone said, no, he said, smile like you like me or something like that. And she's like, well, I don't. He's like, well, I don't like you either. I'm just joking. He's a complete asshole. I don't even know. It's like, I don't understand what she likes about him. I really don't. Like, he hasn't shown anything worth. I'm like, why did you like him in the first? It's just so weird or whatever. We see when the baby shower was over, when he walked up to his aunt say, before I leave, we got to talk, right? And I love how she cut into him quick, and he knew from that moment, I'm in some motherfucking trouble because she gonna cuss me out. So, once the shower's over, they go outside and have a conversation, and the cameras weren't even outside. The cameras was on the inside of the venue, but they were, of course, looking out the window, and they picked up the microphones or whatever. And she's saying to him, like, when you give somebody your word that you're gonna do something or be somewhere, you need to do that, and you not being the man that you need to be. You need to man up. You need to show up when you're supposed to show up. And she's basically telling his ass, you ain't shit for what you did, and you wrong. And then she also says, Papa would have been rolling over his grave. Pops would have been rolling over his grave. He would have been pissed. And she's like, oh, don't go there. She's like, no, I'm going to go there. Sometimes to put people into the right mind frame of what they doing wrong, you have to remind them of who they're letting down. And sometimes people who no longer have people in their lives will do dumb shit because that person isn't there to see them do the dumbness. But when his aunt said, Pops will be rolling off his grave, that hit him. That, damn, you right. If he was here, I would be in trouble, and I wouldn't be doing these things. He says, like, you right. I'm not arguing with you. You're absolutely right. And with this new baby coming, my eyes are completely open. I say, really? Since when? Since just now? Since just then? Because it wasn't before. Because you've been acting the same goddamn way this whole time. So I was like, I wrote boy bye. So we do see him come back in, and he goes to the bathroom. So Kayla goes after him in the bathroom, and she go in there, and he in the bathroom stall, and he's crying. And it was like, she went in the stall with him and kind of comforted him a little bit. And, we hear him say how, he's really struggling and it was really hard for him. And it was a vulnerable moment, and I kind of felt bad for like 2.7 seconds. And then I was over it because I'm like, you can't use this is hard for me and I'm struggling as a reason to be shitty to somebody else. You can't be like, well, I'm having a hard time, so I'm going to make her life hard too. Like, if you're struggling, that's fine. But don't treat her like a bitch just because your ass is struggling. That's just not fair. That's not right. And, if they come out the bathroom or whatever and they go, and they sit and they have a conversation. And she said something like, you say really mean things when you're upset, and it's not fair to me. And, he just said, I'm trying. No, you're not. You're not. And I don't know if it's because what your aunt said to you that made you feel some emotions today. Let's just hope those emotions transpire or transfer over to the rest of your life with this child. Because as she said to him before, what kind of man do you want to be for this baby? Because you're having a son. So, like, what kind of man do you want to be? And he says he wants to be a good father figure. Well, you got to be a good man first to be a good father figure. Let's just get that straight. And then in the end, she says how, she felt bad seeing him crying. But in the same aspect, she felt like she shouldn't feel bad for him because, he doesn't deserve her sympathy. I think that's absolutely true. Their story is a weird one because she's still stupid a little bit for him. But again, she's still young. But I like how she said to herself, I should not feel bad for him just because he was crying. Because how many times has he made your ass cry? Girl, let him. I'm not gonna cry. I'm not gonna cry. I ain't gonna shed. Now, no goddamn tears. Little jerk. So we see Jade and Shine. I like Jade and Shine. I think her mama batshit crazy, but I like Jade and Shine. You know, we see how they come back together because they had that big old argument last time, the last episode. He left, she left. They both left the goddamn house. And in this episode, we see them both come back together to have a conversation because they neither one of them moved out. They just had a big old argument. So the conversation basically was they both realized they don't want to break up. They both was just stressed. It was a little argument that went big and it just went out of control because emotions was high. She 9 months pregnant. He probably tired because of whatever. It was just a clash of frustrations. And I like how they were able to come back together, you know, admit that they love each other and that they don't want to break up. They want to be together and they want to raise this baby as a family. I thought that was very, very beautiful and very realistic, I guess. You know what I'm saying? It's a realistic thing when you can admit what you do and you don't want. And when you both can admit that y'all don't want to not be together. And I think that's really, and like mean it. Like it wasn't, to me, it wasn't any bullshit in the conversation. Like in that conversation, they both meant what they said. And I can love that. We do see her go to her doctor's appointment or whatever, and we see her mama's batshit crazy, as I said. You know, her mother makes a comment, you know, about how her boyfriend is ugly. And I'm like, well, that's not, you know, and Jade was upset. She said that was what you can't say things like that, and you shouldn't. And she's like, my mama always pisses me off. She always just makes me have a hard time, and she just ruins my day a lot. And I want, and her grandma was like, I'm gonna leave y'all and quit arguing up in the doctor's office. And she's like, well, I want her to leave. And mama like, I ain't going no goddamn where. I don't care what you want. I'm looking like, well, damn, bitch. You can't leave. She don't want to be, you know what I'm saying? I feel like as a parent, your job is to keep your child calm, especially when your child is having their first child. They are already nervous, you know, into the pregnancy. Like, if they a little bit agitated and they need a little bit of a break, just go sit in the hallway. Like, don't leave her side. Like, don't leave her. Like, go sit in the hallway. Let her have her moment of calmness, and then once she's had a breather or two, come back in on a whole new plane. But you can't just want to keep that negative energy in the room. But you know what I'm saying? I ain't got to do that. My mom was beautiful. What else did we see? She was dilated like 2. But they, of course, sent her home. So the next thing we see, her ass dilated more than 2. I think she was at like a 5 or something like that. So they, of course, admitted her into the hospital. And they showed that, you know, she was in labor about 9 hours. Her mom didn't get there until maybe like, she had been down there for like 7 hours. Her mom went down there for a long time. They didn't say where mama was. Her ass wasn't there. But she got there in time for the birth. You know, a couple of pushes. And, you know, the baby was out. Her baby name was Chloe, but it's spelled differently. I wrote Chloe like Khloe Kardashian. I don't know how it was spelled differently. Cute little girl. Cute little baby girl. You know, and it was, they brought the baby home, of course, and, you know, the ending of it was, I felt it was very beautiful to see how attentive Sean was to Jade. Now, I know the next episode we see them having a little bit of a disagreement or whatever, but I'm just going to speak on this particular episode. I loved it when you seen him holding the baby, seeing her struggling to get up. Babe, you need some help. Okay, give me 1 second. Puts the baby in the bassinet, helps her get up, gets herself so she can go take a shower. Because, of course, after baby, you want to wash your body. You know, you just want to get fresh and clean in your own shower. That's anybody who in the hospital for any amount of time. I remember I was in the hospital for like 4 days. I had pneumonia a couple years ago. And once I got home, I was so happy to take a shower in my own goddamn shower. It's just something about that. So it's cool to see, you know, him helping her get into the shower. It was just cute to see him helping, because we know beforehand she got thinking like he ain't doing shit, he don't want to do nothing, he wants to around and play them games. And it was like we seen them come home and he ain't not once did nothing with them games, and he seemed attentive to her, you know. Then while she in the shower, he went and changed the baby. When she got out the shower, helped her get into the bed, you know, picking her feet up and, you know, putting her feet on the bed, because, you know, the baby, everything's kind of crazy down there. And, and when she said, I'm just so tired. And he said, you know what, go ahead and, feed her, because she was breastfeeding. Like, when you do that, go to sleep, and I'm going to be on night duty. So it was cool to see him, maybe the reason he was so focused on, I just want to come home and play my games, and that's it. I don't want to go nowhere. Because maybe he knew once the baby was here, I ain't going to be able to do that. I'm going to have to be, attentive to you and the baby, so I can't, I can't do that. So I thought that was great. And that was kind of the end of it. But we do see next week how they was kind of yelling back. They was kind of talking back and forth. And I hope I got a burp. And he says, like, I put my 2-week notice in. So I'm like, you quit? So I'm like, what's going on with that? But again, that's next week's episode. We have to wait for that. Lexi and Kyler. Really easy. Lexi so young, she took out dang on boy band posters on her wall. That girl is a baby, okay? A clear cut baby. I did not have boy band pictures on my walls in high school. I mean, I did in middle school. I had Immature on my wall, like Immature, Boys to Men, maybe even H-Town, so, but more Immature, you know what I'm saying? Romeo, Batman, and Little Drummer Boy. That's what I had on my walls. But I'm like, she's a full-fledged senior in high school, and she pregnant, and she has boy band pictures on her goddamn wall. She's a baby, a itty bitty baby. So, she's saying how she still does not know where her and Kyler stands, her not knowing where they stand. I'm like, is she slow? Like, is she slow? Because, he said in every episode, right now, I just want us to be friends. And I feel like even if he's saying later on down the line, we can maybe be more. If he's telling you right now, this is what I want to be just your friend, and we friends, we just happen to be having a baby. We were a couple, we broke up, now we cool, we not a couple again. I feel like she keeps saying that he being confusing, and he not. Like, he's being clear cut and to the point. And I don't want it to get to a point where she kind of force him to be in a relationship. That's called a trap, honey. You can't trap the little boy. It's just stupid. And we do see him talking to his mom, saying how he is not really stressing about it, and how him and Lexi are just, cool or whatever. His mama even said, well, maybe you guys should think about, working some things out, making some kind of plan, because she's a really good girl and y'all have history. Don't you convince that boy to be with that girl forever. My thing is, if they broke up before she got pregnant, I don't think her getting pregnant is reason for them to be back together at all. People kill me when they feel like you can't co-parent effectively unless you in a relationship with a person. If it ain't working out, don't force it. And I wouldn't want to only be with someone because I'm having a baby. No, I mean, be with me because you love me, you want to be with me, not because I'm birthing babies around this bitch. Don't do that. We even see Lexi talking to her parents. Her dad was cute to me. He was a cute little older boy man. Okay, hey daddy. They asked Lexi basically what's her plan for when the baby comes home. And she's like, well, I was hoping that Kyler could like come over and help or whatever. And they're like, well, yeah, he can come over during the day or whatever. But, y'all ain't married. Y'all still young. So he can't really be over here like that at night. And she said, well, I would want, like for the first week, if he can just kind of be here to help me. And they said, well, we can arrange that. But, after that, y'all have to do something different. Because, again, he can't just be living here and like here all the time at night because, y'all kids. But I'm like, what was that idea before she got pregnant? But let me just stop. She then says something like, well, yeah, because if he's here for the first week, that can help me because after that, it'll get easier. Her mama did laugh. Girl, easier. Girl, bye. This is just, it never gets any easier. What else did they talk? I think that was really it, honestly. Because, yeah, the other thing that happened was he came over to help her, like, put the crib, like, to wipe the crib down. And, she was asking him, like, well, do you have any plans that you want, like, can you plan anything? And he was like, no, I'm not the planner. Clearly, because you don't plan to wear condom. And he like, so you can come up with whatever plan, and I'll just follow suit. Now, some people might think, well, that's some bullshit. That's not fair to her. But I do feel like sometimes, men... it's hard because the baby will probably be primarily living at her house. And so it's a thing of, is he saying, you make a plan, now I'll follow suit, because he doesn't want to, Well, he a kid. He not trying to get. He ain't trying to get. He don't care. He ain't trying to do all that. Girl, just tell him be here at this time and let him do that. And just whenever you need him, tell his ass to be there. Because as he said, I'm not the person to kind of make plans or whatever, but I'll follow suit with whatever you come up with. And I don't think that's horrible. Because again, they both kids. So my thing is, he don't know shit about babies, and neither do she. So what plan can he come up with? And I'm like, that's gonna be just a crazy ass situation. Brianna and Danae. And then I'm gonna do Ashley and Bar last. Brianna's 38 weeks pregnant, and her and Danae took a trip to see his family in Chicago. So she's there for a couple of days with her mom, and when we find out that Danae moved out of the state because Brianna mom got a new job and Brianna had to move. So because Brianna had to move, he moved. That's the first time I'm looking like, well, that was weird, but whatever. So it was because it's like you moved out of state with your girlfriend and her family. Okay. But I think it was like after they both cheated. Anywho, we do see how they're hanging around with his family, basically. And it was a thing to see, them all having fun or whatever. But we see his family kind of say, biologically, this baby is not his. So what happens if y'all break up and we're attached to the child? What's gonna happen then? Like, is the child gonna not be in our life? That's what we worry about. And she said, no, that would never happen. Even if me and Danae break up, and we don't work out, I would never take our son away from you guys. Y'all are our son's family, point blank, period. I feel like that's a good thing to say now. And I really hope she means that. I hope Brianna means that. We're going to see what's going to happen later. Because, it's just some things that I just think is going to be crazy. And they also mentioned how the baby's name is like the first two initials of Brianna's name and then the last two initials of Danae's name. So they kind of use their names. Just some real ghetto crazy shit or whatever. We then see Brianna basically talking to Danae and saying how them being back in Chicago brings up all kind of old memories and things they went through and how they both cheated on each other, except when they cheated, she ended up getting pregnant and he didn't. And I said, well, probably because he ain't cheat with a boy. So, just don't know what to say. And it's, I just... it's just awkward, and then it was weird because Brianna's saying, you cheated too. And everyone looks at me and judges me because I cheated and I got pregnant. However, you cheated and there's like no proof of you cheating. So, you look innocent. And I'm like, no, if you would have said we both cheated, I just happened to get pregnant. I don't think it would be I don't recall them saying that much. They may have said that the first episode. I probably just didn't pay attention to it. But I'm looking like, if y'all both cheated and y'all both, did the dirt. As you said, you just happened to get pregnant. But what was crazy is that Danae said, we both did do our dirt, but you could have tried to not get pregnant. I said, dude, well, I don't know who says that. And Danae saying that it's what Brianna meant. People judge me because I got pregnant. You can't say, well, we both cheated, but you got pregnant, because you didn't try to not get pregnant. That's exactly what she meant. But I'm like, Danae just didn't cheat with a boy. So, had Danae cheated with a boy, who would say that he wouldn't have gotten pregnant? Because, what I'm saying? Technically, there's still female organs there. But, it is what it is. We then see Brianna call her mom basically crying. And she's sad and she's upset because she feels like she's having to choose between Danae and her mom. And her mom was like, I don't want you to choose. That isn't coming from me. I don't want you to feel that way. And she's like, Mom, I know it's not you. And it's Danae who's doing that. So she just says how, she just misses her mom and she kind of she can't wait to go back home. Just because she's feeling so torn. We then see Brianna talking to Danae's mom. And Danae's mom was, very, very understanding, telling Brianna that she know that it's hard, to be pregnant or whatever. And she understands that it's not fair for Danae to make her feel like that she had to choose between him and her mom. And right when the mom said that, Danae came outside. because they all sitting outside, and he came in hot. He came in already aggravated or whatever. Like, something going on in our relationship. We need to talk about. And she like, that ain't even what we're talking about right here. And I feel like she said to him, it's not fair for you to make me feel as if I have to choose. And her mom, then she said, well, I just know for a fact that, her mom will never have my back how you have her back. Meaning my mom has your back, Brianna, but your mom doesn't have my back. Her mama don't like you. And I think it could be because of how you act and treat her daughter. Your mother likes your girlfriend because your girlfriend is nice. I'm pretty sure if your girlfriend treats you like shit, she would not like that girl. So that's how mothers are. They like the person who treats their children well. You ain't doing that right now. You're kind of being a bitch to that girl, and that's why her mom don't like you. Her mom like, well, she's pregnant. She's here without her mom. It's different. She's been on her mom for 3 days. I've been without my mom for a year. But you chose to move away from your mama. Like, she ain't make that choice. She went with her mom. So for her, again, she is 9 months pregnant. That girl is she's 17 years old. She is 9 months pregnant. Her hormones are probably crazy. She is in an unknown situation of where she is because she's there with your family, and she probably feels alone. And again, you as her man is making her feel like she has to choose between you or her mama. So you putting her in this predicament. You're like, you know what? I want you to remember this. Just remember this. Her mom his mom said, what does that mean? And he just kind of walked away. I'm done for today. And then he leave. Danae gonna leave that girl. I mean, let's be honest. Danae and Brianna are not gonna work out. It's not going to work out because neither one of them are old enough or mature enough to handle the situation. It's one thing to be a transgender person in a relationship in America trying to make it work. It's something else to be a transgender male with a girlfriend who's pregnant with someone else's baby. The baby is going to have a deformity. The baby's grandmother does not like you, and y'all all struggling financially. They not gonna make it. Let's just call a spade and be what it is. And I think the sooner Danae can understand, if you want to be a father to that child, whatever. But you and Brianna is not gonna make it as a couple. Y'all just not, because you're not ready to be a man. Honestly, you're not. And yeah, that's what that is. Ashley and Bar. Let me get this out of my system because I wrote some stuff about Bar that I wanted to get off my chest before I start anything. Bar is a pussy. Okay? And let me tell you why. Ashley is the mother of their baby, and not your mother, Bar. And the issue I have, and the reason I say Bar is pussy, is because, if your mom and your baby mama don't get along, your mother might not be able to come to the hospital. And you have to understand the reason why she can't is because birthing a baby, the mother who's birthing that baby wants to have only positive people who support her around when she's in labor. And your mama ain't that. Your mama don't like that girl. They do not get along. So I would not want her ass there either. And for you to call your motherfucking mama and tell her, I thought about it and I want you at the hospital, honestly, it ain't your choice either. Because if you piss Ashley off, she can easily say, your ass can't come down there either. And if the doctors see that she's stressed and going crazy because you there, they would ask you to leave. If your mama come down there on that bullshit, they would make her leave. So my thing is, why wouldn't you respect your girl's wishes and say she don't want her there? And the thing that pissed me off the most was you went to your mama first and said, I want you there. I'm going to have to talk Ashley into doing it. What your ass should have done was went and talked to Ashley and tried to get her on board before going to your mama. That's just the most respectful thing to do. If you felt like, this is my first baby, Ashley baby, how can we make it to where you are okay if she can come down there for like 5 minutes just to see the baby? Have that calm, cool, collected conversation. But no, your monkey ass went and called your mama and tried to make her feel as if Ashley was blocking her and Ashley was the one wrong. Ashley's not wrong for not wanting that lady at her birth, at the baby's birth. She ain't wrong at all. Your mama's negative. I mean, she is. She's negative when it comes to Ashley. I ain't saying Ashley perfect. I ain't saying Ashley don't, be turning up too. I ain't saying that. But I'm saying it in the aspect of Ashley's one who is pregnant. It's her decision of who she wants in her birthing suite with her. And it ain't your mama. Okay, and that is what it is. Your mama need to get over herself. Your mama need to understand that baby that's being birthed is not her baby. You are her baby. You are her child. So she can't say, well, you can't take this away from me. It ain't yours. It's not. If Ashley didn't want her own mom in the birthing room, that's her own prerogative. You can't. Bar mama act like that because bar mama is used to getting her way, and she clearly is single. She can't have a man in her life acting like that, because she do act like she's fucking her son. She really do. It's weird. It's the weirdest thing. It's the weirdest connection that I'm looking like. You can't want to be so involved in something that has nothing to do with you, because you and Ashley don't get along. And the thing about it is, Ashley never said that you can't see the baby. What she said is, I don't want her at the birth. And that's her fucking prerogative. So, Bar, you piss me the hell off. And I'm like, she needs to realize that the reason that she's not being allowed to come is because of her fucking antics. And then the thing that she was saying, well, I don't care what she got to say. I'm coming anyway. Come if you want to, because this is what happens. If you come down there acting stupid and you're not invited to the birth and whatever, you get in there anyway. Security going to drag your ass out anyway. They're going to be like, ma'am, get out. You got to go. So, girl, just stay your ass at home, and it is what it is. Okay, I just had to get that off my chest. So, Bar go talk to Ashley at this point. He's telling her, I talked to my mom, I really want her at the birth, and so, I need her to be there for like 5 minutes. And Ashley ain't budging. And I think the reason she wasn't budging was because he didn't ask her anything. He told her what he wanted to do, and she went with it. Again, he was not trying to have a conversation. He was trying to tell her what he wanted to happen, knowing how she felt about her mom, about how she felt about his mother. And I'm like, and she's like, no, tell her that her actions have consequences, and the consequence is she can't come to the birth. I get that. I really do. It makes him unfair. That's her grandbaby. Well, guess what? You then don't be beefed up with the mama. I don't know what else to tell you. You better FaceTime her ass. Technology up in this bitch, and do something like that. So she does say to him, like, I wish for once that you would respect my wishes, and what I want to do. And I completely get her saying that. It was, that was a true comment. And he get pissed off. He like, you know what? Shut up, and he leave. And she's like, whatever. So we then find out that Bar and Ashley ended up getting into an argument later on that night. And her mom came into the room because, again, Bar and Ashley lived with Mama. And I don't know if Mama's his name was pronounced Tia or T, because it's Pastor T.A. I'm going to call her Mama Pastor. So Mama Pastor went in the room, because of course they live in her house, and she spoke her piece. Now we don't see what she said. All we know is that it happened the night before, and we then see my Mama Pastor talking to Ashley. Now Ashley was rude in my opinion, you know what I'm saying, maybe it was early in the morning, I don't know. Her mom was basically telling her, she felt like she's having to tiptoe around in her own house because Ashley and Bar is always arguing, and her mama's trying to stay out of it, but they're doing it in her house. Meaning, if I see some bullshit going on, I want to say something. I don't want to be quiet. I want to go off. And sometimes I can't go off because I feel like I should not, because I'm tiptoeing around y'all, and I ain't doing it no more. And I feel like she shouldn't have to. And also, Ashley and both Bar should respect Mama Pastor enough to not even argue when she's in the house. Because my thing is, you can't have an argument, a heated argument, in your parents' house and assume your parent ain't gonna come in, kick in the door, and speak their piece. It ain't gonna happen. The same way, if your mama and daddy arguing and things get a little bit too heated, you can't tell me somebody ain't gonna get up and say, hey, what, look, stop that, you cut it. You know what I'm saying? It go the same way, because at the end of the day, Mama Pastor is her mother. That's her mother, and it's her house. And you're not going to be up and arguing with my daughter, like, you know what I'm saying, this is your house, so it ain't. So, excuse me. It was weird because when she was talking, this is how, this is my house. I want to tiptoe around. I feel like I've been bending myself backwards to make you and Bar feel comfortable. And I realized Ashley was almost trying to defend Bar. She almost was saying, like, well, you rude. You rude to us. You say crazy things. You say whatever you want. But she can't, because she's the mother. It's her house. And it's probably only when you and Bar beefing. So my thing is, I think Ashley was saying that because she felt like when we talk, we be doing whatever, and you kind of butt in. You know what I'm saying? It's between us, and you shouldn't. And that ain't how mama should go. That when you have a mom who loves you and cares about you, they don't care about offending your boyfriend. They don't. They be like, fuck him. He my kid. You my kid, and I'm gonna defend you to the death of me. And you need to understand that and just live with it. You know, you have no choice. So she said how she from this point on, she's not holding her tongue, and I completely get that, because she like, I'm not holding my tongue to make him feel more comfortable. It isn't happening anymore. I completely agree with that or whatever. We do see later on, we see Bar calling his mom to say, I talked to Ashley and she just not, budging on, having you at the birth or whatever. His mom then say, well, yeah, my doctors won't clear me to fly anyway, so I can't make it. So you didn't created a whole argument with Ashley for nothing, because your mom can't come no way. But had you just not tried to force her to do it and had a conversation with Ashley, it wouldn't have been an argument, which then would not have created an argument between Ashley and her mama, which then would not have created an argument between you, Ashley, and her mama. So sometimes Bar just do stupid ass shit. But we do see her mama still calling baby Holly Marie. They don't want, that ain't the girl name. Her name was Holly. Leave the damn Marie off of that. And I love the name Marie. What's her mom's name? So yeah. We do see the mama come back at the house, and her, Ashley, and the other sisters, they're talking, and I like how she said, Mama Patrick said, I will never stop being your mama. I will always be a mama bear, and if I ever feel like something's going on, I'm gonna forever go into that protect my cub mode. And Ashley kind of got what she meant, because she said, when I see you unhappy, I have to protect you, and that's just in my nature as a parent. And even though I think Ashley understood what her mama meant by that, I think Ashley would understand it even more once she has her own baby. Right now, she's pregnant. She don't get mama bear mode. Like, I just talked to my nephew over the weekend, and I said, if somebody was to like push you, just something done with this. If I have to protect you, I'm going to always be crazy auntie. It's like, don't you dare hurt my nephew. Parents are 10 times worse than aunties and uncles, because they're consistently always trying to protect their child. And sometimes children don't realize that until they, have their own children, or until they get to the point to where their parents are old enough to where they're that much protective of their parents. So, and that's kind of how the episode went off. But, I like the whole episode. I can't wait for the next one. It is 2:32 in the morning. My mouth was so dry. But I hope you guys enjoyed. I will catch you guys next time. Once again, I am Jay Lee. This is Jay's Corner.